8 on a hand, level 4 playing. Level 4 is what I would consider the advanced level, or even I might say a creative level, where we're using exercises outside of just the exercise itself. We're changing the exercise, we're doing different things with the exercise, and 8 on a hand lends itself very well to level 4. There's a lot of different things you can accomplish with this exercise in the level 4 kind of thinking. It's a professional level of playing. It's advanced. I think if you're looking to do more with the exercise, then this is the lesson for you. So I'll talk about different things you can do with this exercise outside of just playing it, and I probably won't play a lot, but I'll show you a lot of things you can do. To begin, consider different grips for playing the exercise. There are 3 widely known grips: the German grip, the American grip, where your hands come in a little more, and the French grip, where your palms face each other and you play with your hands very close. In the German and the American grip, your wrist is making this motion, up and down, kind of like waving or dribbling a basketball. In the French grip, your wrist is doing this motion. It's almost more of a turning motion. Some people say shaking hands or turning a doorknob. That's the French grip. And you can play this exercise in all 3 of those grips to develop those grips or to work on those grips. I know a lot of jazz players will swing on the ride cymbal in the French position. Classical timpanists will play in the French position. And heavier players will play in the German or the American position. Choose your position and use 8 on a hand to develop that position. It's a great exercise to use for that. Next thing you can work on is stick heights with 8 on a hand. Most people play with 3 stick heights: low, medium, and high. Low is generally thought of as about 3 inches off the head for soft playing. 9 inches is medium. And then anywhere from 12 to 15, or all the way up here even, is for louder playing. It's a great exercise for working on your stick heights. I've seen sometimes teachers will take a stick and stand next to their students and hang a stick over the level they want. And they'll tell their students, don't hit that stick. Maybe you could rig up somehow a stick above your pad that you try not to hit on your upstroke and work on your stick heights. Another great application for 8 on a hand. Fingers. Jojo Meyer has a video out called Secret Weapons for the Modern Drummer. In that video he talks about using fingers. And he suggests working on all of your fingers. For example, play the exercise with just your pointer finger. And then switch to your middle finger. Only your middle finger. Then switch to your ring finger. And then switch to your pinky. It was pretty hard. His intention is not that you're ever going to play like that. His intention is that you're working on those fingers individually, which, by the way, is the beauty of the 8 on a hand exercise. You're working on your hands individually, one at a time, before putting them together. That's the greatest part of this exercise. And in working on your fingers independently, you're developing your fingers each by itself to be stronger, so when they work together, your fingers, they'll make your hands stronger. And when your hands are stronger and they work together, your musical playing is stronger. Very simple concept. The next thing you can do with 8 on a hand is instead of playing 8s, play 4s. If you have the book Stick Control, very well-known drum book, if you don't have it, get it. The very first page, line number 13, is 4 on a hand. 4 rights, 4 lefts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The nice thing about 4s is that because you're only bouncing the stick 4 times, you'll be able to play it faster. If you top out around 180, 190 on 8 on a hand, when you drop to 4s, you're going to find you can play faster because you can actually bounce that stick a little bit quicker with your fingers. and raise your tempo. So the nice thing about that then is that it's kind of what I call short burst playing, where you're playing short bursts of 4 and pushing yourself to higher tempos. And then when you come back to 8s, it should help you to push those 8s up a little bit higher. So if you find yourself at a ceiling on 8s, try backing off to 4s and doing 5 minutes, any of the exercises that I've shown you in other videos, to push those 4s up, and that'll bring those 8s along. Another thing some people like to do with this exercise is work on their Moeller technique. The Moeller technique involves a wrist motion, like that. You pull the stick up off the pad and put it back down. And the force of the stick coming down allows you to bounce this stick. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 4 on a hand, but I'm staying on the same hand. So I'm just continuing to play with that Moeller stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I suggest doing 5 minutes at a moderate tempo with your right hand, then 5 minutes with your left hand, and then 5 minutes with both hands. Again, German, American, or French position, take your pick. That's a great exercise for working on your Moeller technique and developing your wrists for the Moeller technique. Push those tempos up with that. You can use the 10-to-1 with that and see how high you can get on that. Great way to use 8 on a hand for Moeller, but modified. Another great one is you can work on your full strokes. If you're learning the free stroke and you're working on the full stroke starts up here. You throw the stick down and you bring it and you let it come right back to the position it started. That's the free stroke in the full position. You could do 8 on each hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you go slow though, because you want to let that stick come all the way back. I recommend a tempo marking for that of 60. I'll set that for you. 60, it's very slow, but I think you're going to need to play it that slow. That's 60. I'm going to put the 8th note on just so I can keep track. And here's what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in my left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Practice that for 5 minutes. It's great for developing your full free stroke. Dom Famularo has a book called It's Your Move. He has an exercise in there called the 2 to 50 warm-up exercise. He says set your metronome for 60, and you're going to play 2 on a hand, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you're going to play 4 on a hand, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to play 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then go to 10. And keep going up in increments of 2 until you get to 50. Dom calls this the 2 to 50 warm-up exercise. It takes a long time to play. It might take you 20 to 30 minutes, but it's very good for developing self-discipline, focus, and really refining your free stroke at the full position. It's essentially 8 on a hand, but it's 2 on a hand, 4 on a hand, 6 on a hand, 8, 10, 12, all the way to 50. Another great application of the 8 on a hand concept. Talk about one more for you. This last one comes out of the book by Joe Morello called Master Studies. Master Studies has a whole lot of exercises in it, great exercises from a great drummer and a great educator, Joe Morello. I was fortunate enough to study with Joe for a summer. What a superhuman being he was. I learned so much from Joe. One of his best exercises is on page 55. It's called The Stone Killer, Part 1. He studied with a guy named Stone, and when Stone taught him this exercise, he said, "Oh, this is a killer, but it'll do so much for your playing." What the exercise is it's 4 on a hand, 8 on a hand, 12 on a hand, and then 16 on a hand. So if you played it as a straight exercise, it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's the whole exercise, but here's the trick. He wants you to play each line 50 times. 50 times. So you're going to play 4 on a hand 50 times. Then you're going to play 8 on a hand 50 times, and then right into 12 on a hand 50 times, and then right into 16 on a hand 50 times. That's going to take a long time to get through, but that's another one of those exercises. If you do that every day and bump it up a notch each day that you play it, you're going to get great strength in your hands and be a much better player and have much better control of your sticks. There you have it. A whole lot of ways to use 8 on a hand to be a better drummer. What a simple exercise, and so many great applications for that exercise. Everything from warming up to taking yourself to the utmost level you can be in your journey to be a great drummer. I wish you all the best of luck with that exercise. I encourage you to check out my other videos on my channel where I'll talk about the other 5 exercises that I like. And subscribe to my channel, pass it on to other people. Get yourself practicing, because a little bit of work goes a long way. Good luck.